My name's Chris Wilson. I'm an editorial and commercial photographer based in Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa is the birthplace of karate, and that's been one of the areas I've been photographing for the last few years. Back in 2012, I was having a discussion with James Pankowitz, who runs the DOJO Bar in Naha, and he was telling me how there were limited numbers of good photos of the karate masters on Okinawa. I was at the time shooting with the new Pentax 645D, a medium format digital camera, and taking images for in-flight magazines, travel magazines, guidebooks and things like that. And I was also using studio lighting to do small fashion shoots and some model portfolio images and things like that. What James and I realised was that there was a need for high quality images of the local karate masters, and I had the tools and the skill set to try and do it. So we approached some of the karate masters that James knew and explained what we'd like to do, and took along a Profoto, back then it was Profoto 7A generator with a Pro head light and a beauty dish and a black background, so a single light setup, and took portraits of a couple of karate masters. And since then we have photographed about 60 karate masters over the last 4 years. We have continued shooting them with the exact same technique of a single light, a beauty dish and a black background. Recently we switched from the Profoto 7A generator system to the new Profoto D2, which gives us great light in a more compact, maneuverable system. And we've moved from shooting with the Pentax 645D to their new medium format digital camera, the Pentax 645Z. The images that we've shot now have gone on to become, in some ways, a record of the karate masters living and teaching in Okinawa at the time. We produced we self-published a book on Blurb called the Karate Masters Portrait Project. It's just a small volume production, but it's allowed us to make a book which is popular with karate aficionados and those interested in Okinawan karate. And recently a set of stamps was produced by the Okinawan government, and some of them have karate images on them, and one of the photos here is one of the photos which is used from the project, which is always nice to see. And the new karate museum, one of the big images used in the museum will be a photo I took of Sensei Higaonna. One other aspect of the project is that with the arrival of new lithium battery powered lights, we were able to take the same studio lighting setup on location, and that's enabled to get us images of these karate masters outside of the dojo. And it's been a pleasure to shoot portraits of people like Narihiro Shinjo out on the beach. One thing I've really learned in this project is how much preparation and planning has to go into shoots. My friend James, he will often undertake the job of introducing the project to these karate masters, explaining to them what we do, why we're doing it, and it's that building of a relationship which has been key to this project. It's a lot of work and it goes on behind the scenes, but without it we wouldn't have been able to photograph as many of these karate masters as we have done. For the Beyond the Dojo images, I usually do a little post-processing. Here I'm using Luminar from Macfin to quickly add a little more punch to the images. I'll start by adjusting the exposure to brighten the image, and then I'll open up the shadows to give a bit more detail in those trees in the background. I think I'll then maybe boost the vibrance a little bit and the clarity. Maybe let's go to 10 with the clarity. Okay, now I think Luminar has about 70 built-in presets, but I'm happy to just start from scratch. I will, however, save this as my own custom preset. I'll call it, I guess, Beyond the Dojo, and that will allow me to use it with other images in this series. Finally, I will go up and use the Luminar eyeball to kind of check before and after, or I can do that with the curtain shade, which is pretty cool, like this. And with that, I'm good to go. There have been a few things that we've done that have really helped with getting access to the Karate Masters. The first is to be flexible and shoot on their schedule. So we travel to their dojo and we meet when it's convenient for them. And we'll explain that we will be in and out in less than an hour. As this is a personal project, we're also under no strict deadlines. So if they are busy or they're going overseas, we can just wait. And that may be a day, a week, months, even years. But hopefully, finally, we will actually get to the dojo and take these photos. The second thing is to not get discouraged if access doesn't come easily. We've had cases where we've approached a karate master and they've had no interest in being part of the project. And when that happens, we just have to thank them and thank them for letting us request it and move on, at least in the short term. The next thing is to try and make the experience as fun and positive for the karate masters. So we turn up on time, we have all our gear ready and we have backup gear ready. We shoot efficiently and try and make it fun for them. And then after the shoot, a couple of weeks later, we come back and give them prints. So I use my large format printer and some lovely sort of hanne mule cotton rag paper to produce some prints which we can give to them, and they love it. And because of this, they talk to other karate masters and have recommended us to them and said, oh, there's these two English guys are taking portraits of us. You should let them come to your dojo and take some pictures, and then you'll have fun, and then they give you a couple of free prints. And amazingly, some of the people who had shown no interest before in the project were then actually quite excited about having us coming to their dojo and taking photos. So, in summary, be flexible with when you shoot. Don't get discouraged if you don't manage to get access the first time, and to try and make the whole experience for them as positive and as enjoyable as possible. And if you can, give back with something small, such as prints. In 2020, there will be the Tokyo Olympic Games, and karate will be a demonstration sport. So this is exciting. It's going to bring karate to a much larger audience, and although this is a sport karate, I think there will be a sort of surge in interest in where karate came from and the traditional parts of it based in Okinawa. We are going to continue the project and photograph more karate masters over the coming years.